that living out without Juice Clark available so
Yes,
far?
yes. The versatility has been amazing because these are all the things that you put into play, and you have all these different if-thens, and then it actually happens right in real time, and the guys are prepared for it. So it's not something that we haven't worked. It's something that we've worked and we've talked about in theory, and then it happens in real time. You see the guys go out there and make plays because they're comfortable with it. They're comfortable having Xavier and Tanner out at corner and nickel at the same time, and things of that nature. So it was really, really good to see those guys perform at the highest level, but they were prepared for it.
The guy we didn't talk a lot about in this offseason was Tyler Strain. I thought he gave pretty good reps. How has he evolved? How has he grown? And what's that give you when you have an experienced depth piece that can slide into those?
It helps you out a lot because, again, his experience and his knowledge helps you because he's been through the bad times as a DB. So he knows, hey, I can't do this, or if I do that, this is going to harm the team. So it's great to have a guy that gets out there and does that, especially when he's making plays on special teams the way he is, right? So it also lifts up the younger DBs to see, hey, this guy just made a play on special teams, so he's earned the right to help us on defense. So it just speaks to that narrative of, hey, when you're on a travel squad, you've got to be able to have some type of added value to the team instead of sitting on the side and waiting for your turn. No, go make a turn happen by making something happen on ST. So I was very proud of seeing him doing that. And obviously, he wasn't able to spend a lot of reps with us in the spring dealing with the injury and returning, but he was able to take the mental reps necessary. So you see a guy like that prepared when he takes the field and he's at corner instead of at nickel, and you can see how the plays just start to make sense to him, and he get out there and help us a little bit. So it was really good to see him go out there.
I'm curious what that does for the rest of your room when you have a fifth-year guy who's been around and kind of understands the process for maybe some younger players to see what's the trickle-down effect?
The trickle-down effect for the Robert Joneses of the world that's coming back from an injury. The trickle-down effect for an Amar Reynolds that's still learning everything that we're doing. He can whisper in their ear just like Xavier can, right, about different things and different concepts, and it all makes sense because, again, he's did it already. He's did it at a high level, and he's had the good days and the bad days of it. So to see him go out back out there and have good days post an injury and making plays on special teams, like I said, it really helps his confirmation. And when he says something, those young guys are listening.
What did you learn about the depth of your team playing as many DBs as you did?
That was my proudest moment, right? Because bad things are going to happen in football, whether it's by injury, whether it's by a contact coming out like KP at the beginning of the game. You never know. And you just got to be able to throw the next spirited soldier out there and trust that he's going to be able to do his job like Tyson Rooks did, right? And so just seeing that depth come to life, it now creates a level of confidence in the room like, hey, you never know when your number's going to be called, but also when my number's called, I know exactly what the expectation is. So that was good to see.
This week's opponent's like 180 degrees from what you faced last week. Run-heavy team. How's that affect your guys as far as sub-packages and all that kind of stuff?
Well, sub-packages and things like that is going to go by way of the down and distance and the packaging that they give us. They're not going to be in 12 personnel all game. Most teams don't necessarily want to do that versus us at times because you're going to leave Gabe Atkins and AB and those guys on the field all game too if you do that. So it's interesting to see how different teams decide to come out and play against us. And our job is to just continuously give different looks that we can play with those guys or without them, and then mix in different sub-packaging series. So I'm excited to see how our guys handle the climate, because the climate is going to be hot this weekend too, back at home, right? And how they're going to manage that whole process. And most of all, just staying focused on the most important thing, just becoming 1-0.
How have the corners graded out so far in run support? Feel like they're at a good place right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In run support, the guys have been coming downhill and tackling and getting off blocks, right? I think one of the major things that Duke did very, very good, they're able to throw the screen game very, very good. And we took that out of their playbook to a certain extent. They weren't able to kill us in the quick screen game, how they bubble up and they bunch up and they throw the ball and really get a addition by subtraction play for you. We're able to take that out by becoming a +1 and really getting off blocks and making tackles. So I was proud of the guys by doing that. This week they'll do it in more of a condensed look, coming off of tight ends and making those tackles. But I'll be excited to see our guys handle those situations.
As good as Saturday at Duke was, were there still like an angle taken here, a missed tackle there, where you can really kind of
Oh.
going in on film and be like,
No
"You guys
question.
are good, but there's still something."
Yes, no question. That type of offense spreads you out, and there's so much space that you'll have some issues that'll pop up. And when they pop up, you got to handle them accordingly because you got the iPad and you got to use it right then and there. And if you do, then the guys got really something to learn from. If you don't use it, then that offense is going to go back to that same angle, that same situation, whether it's a screen or whether it's a jet sweep or something out on the perimeter trying to affect you. That offense is made for, pace and space per se. And our job is to try and condense it and keep it contained. And so, like I said, versus Western, we'll see a similar thought process, but it'll be more of a condensed look. We're going to bring you in to get outside of you instead of spread you out to run inside of you, which is what's Duke playing. So it's going to be very cool to see how our guys manage dealing with one thing to the next, but ultimately it's about us. It really doesn't matter about anybody. It's about how we go about our business.
There's a Tory player I wanted to ask you about. He's kind of caught in a tough spot where Mensah was on the move and his eyes went to the backfield. And
Yes.
What's the teaching point there for him? And how do you kind of keep him not in no man's land?
It's the new world of RPO football, right? And now you've got third level RPOs that they're now sprinting out as if it's a run play, and the quarterback can pick it back up and still take the ball down the field. You just got to be disciplined with your eyes and disciplined in your zone or on your man, if whatever you're in. So it's the most difficult thing to teach right now. That's why everybody's doing it, right? So you've just got to stay hard on your guys, and when they mess up, take them out, talk to them about it, get another spirited soldier in there so they understand, hey, you can't do that, right? And so we got to be a level of accountability too, because once again, once you know better, you're supposed to do better, right? And so you just keep coaching the guys through those situations, and you put it on film. You try and you rehearse it at practice, and ultimately now you expect for the next game, the next time that situation pops up, to do better.
Seems like the coaching staff saw it coming with Tanner Heckel. Is that pretty satisfying to see a guy come in and make the plays that you knew that he was capable of?
Oh, no question. I mean, Coach B and Aaron Henry did a great job recruiting a great player like that from an 8-man football program. So, I mean, you got to be a great evaluator of talent. If you can take 8-man football player and expect for him to have some success, right, in 11-man major college football. And so that's definitely an evaluation piece. So that's major thumbs up to the guys on our staff before I got here. And just seeing that guy and what Tank was been able to do with his body is, oh my God, it's ridiculous. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and now the confidence is poured in him after he's played nickel all last fall. Now he's played corner this spring. Now he's got 2 parts. So Tanner Heckel's in a real good situation because his ears are wide open. He's ready to listen, ready to learn, and continuously growing inside his technique, inside his own confidence, and his ability on the field.
Can I ask about the moment